Greetings, my little time fuzzies. It's your old pal, Warp, wishing you bon voyage on your trip through time with AJ, Ollie, and that rascally Izzy. Enjoy them while you can. Soon their time will be gone, and the Kairos will be mine.
Time. The most precious treasure in the universe. Our mission? To explore it. To travel through history, unraveling its mysteries, unlocking its secrets, unleashing its energy. Knowledge is power.
Well, it's a great big world. And it's been around a long, long time.
AJ Time Travelers, traveling through history, unlocking its secrets.
The ring is the key.
AJ Time Travelers,
Question unravelers.
knowledge is power. AJ Time Travelers.
Here you go, dear. There. You're doing a very good thing.
I hope you're right, Mother. Last year, all the kids in the hospital cried and screamed when I walked in.
That's because you were dressed as Attila the Hun. I think a clown suit will make a world of difference.
Here's your irony. Inside, he's also wearing a clown suit. Real bozo at heart.
Hey, Mom? Dad? Never mind.
No, wait, AJ.
It's me, your dad.
Oh, it is you!
What can we do for you, sweetie?
Well, you know I'm president of the student council, and we have enough money saved to get somebody really good to put on a concert at the school.
Doesn't sound like a problem to me, son.
Well, it's not, except I suggested that instead of a concert, we use the money to set up a computer lab. I mean, a concert would be fun, but that's just one night. Now, computers, that's something that would make the school better for years to come.
And this is making you very unpopular.
I could be impeached. I'm just trying to do what's best for the school.
And we're proud of you for that, son.
You know, son, sometimes you have to take the high road, even though it's not the popular road. But whatever road you take, son, take it with dignity.
Commander, Warp was just spotted with 11 items in the 10 item or less line, and he's in a bad mood.
That makes two of us. Prepare the ship for my arrival.
Commander's on his way.
All systems running like clockwork.
Ready in a jiff. I've just got to put on my anti-gravity goo.
Here, I thought your hair stood up because of your electric personality.
Commander, we are moosed up and ready to go.
If I didn't have to put up with AJ and his gaggle of goodies, I'd have hair to moose too. But that will change. Oh yes, that will change.
Ready, Commander?
Let's do the ring thing, Maria.
Ciencias Potencia!
Knowledge is power!
Welcome aboard, AJ.
Let's hop to it.
Commander on the bridge.
Bit, Maria. Hey, guys.
Welcome back, Commander.
What's the diagnosis?
We got a case of the warps that just won't quit.
I think he woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Make that the wrong side of the universe! Commander, you look like someone who needs a friend. Too bad! I want you to go back in time and find another unpopular do-gooder, one who didn't mind losing a few friends for the good of his country. And if you don't succeed, and I'm counting on it, I will take hold of the Kairos, and it will be mine! All mine!
I think the Invincible One should take a long, hard look at a fiber supplement.
do-gooder who wasn't very popular.
Well, many important leaders have had to force change on their people.
Boy, you don't have to force change on me. I'll take quarters, nickels, dimes, even those Susan B. Antron dollars.
Come on, Ollie, we need a really great idea.
Well, give them some time. Quit rushing them.
Russian, great. Russian, great, great. Russian, Russian, great, great, great. That's it, great Russian. Let's take a peek at Peter the Great.
You heard the man, Bit. Set the coordinates.
Destination locked in.
Moscow, Russia, 1682.
I hope this isn't a non-stop flight. I like to know my flight's gonna stop.
Time Tower, this is the Kairos requesting clearance.
Roger that, Kairos. So, you're rushing off to Tsarist Russia, are we? Well, you better bring your woolies, because it's cold there with the freezing and the sniffling and the shaking already.
We'll dress warm, Pulse. Now, how about that clearance?
Okay. You're cleared direct to Moscow, Russia, 1682. Hold short at passenger entry platform 2652 and 2/3. Oh, and if you go to Gorky Park, remember to put some money in the meter when you park your Gorky.
Let's blast into the past.
Prepare for arrival.
On the planet Earth, third rock from the sun, on the northern part of Asia is Russia, the largest country on Earth. It is famous for the music of Tchaikovsky, the books of Dostoevsky, and the wacky interrogations at the Kremlin. It's also the home of top pro tyrants like Peter the Great, a member of the Romanovs, the family that ruled Russia for more than 300 years.
Здравствуйте, comrades. Welcome to Moscow, capital of Russia. Today's weather will be rain, followed by snow, followed by sneezing.
AJ, let me tell you what's going down in the late 17th century. Just before the dawn of the 18th century, Europe was a very exciting place. They have merchants busy hawking merchandise, scientists making new discoveries, shipyards building mighty fleets of ships for war and commerce, universities and printing presses making knowledge available as never before, explorers seeking out new routes for treasures from all around the world, all kinds of stuff that's moving Europe to the front of the pack in culture and commerce. But over here is Russia, the Great Bear. She's been hibernating for centuries.
Wow, a whole country with morning breath.
That's the least of its problems. Here comes the most of its problems.
That Roman Romanov,
The Tsar who went too far.
a man who wouldn't take "nyet" for an answer.
He simply shaved a nation. Pyotr Alexeyevich Romanov.
Better known and easier to pronounce as Peter,
Not the good,
not the fair,
but the great.
What kind of vessel is this? A tile. Moose or squirrel?
There must be some kind of mistake. We're expecting the Tsar of Russia, Peter the Great.
I am being Tsar. And I am being Peter. And I'm especially being great.
but you're only a kid.
You got problem with that?
No, you're Peter of Greatness, sir.
Peter became Tsar or King of Russia when he was only 10 years old.
I do not have toy like this. I want it.
I'm sorry, it's not for sale.
I did not say I would buy it. I said I want it.
Boy, you can't have it.
You say no to Tsar Peter? I want it! 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 I want
How come they call him the Great? He didn't seem so the Great to me.
He's just a kid. I'm sure when he grows up, he'll mature and mellow.
Tell you what, let's jump ahead 25 years and see.
I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it!
What exactly is it that you want?
Funny, I can't remember.
Your Highness, I'm AJ Malloy. We've come from the future to learn about you.
Especially how you were willing to do the unpopular thing for the good of your country.
Oh, well, ever since I was a little boy, I was fascinated with people from Europe. They know so much more than we Russians do. So I go to Europe to learn from them, but not as mighty Tsar. But a simple, inconspicuous 6'7" man with thick Russian accent.
Arf! I often travel disguised as a Russian wolfhound.
How nice for you. I took snapshots. Would you like to see? First, I go to Holland to learn to build ships so that one day Mother Russia could have mighty navy. I want to learn all I can, so naturally I start at bottom. But when building ships, sometimes starting at bottom is not so hotsy-totsy. Then I travel all over Europe, where I learn geometry, military engineering, and architecture. All the time, not taking any special privileges, just ordinary working Slav. I even learned fixing shoes and pulling teeth. Which I do with same tool.
And I thought the garden weasel was versatile.
My dream is to apply all that I learned to making Russia great, modern country.
And it was a big success, huh?
Oh, you bet you're better like a booby. But then I think, if you're going to think European, you've got to look European. For instance, all men in Europe are clean-shaven. But in Russia, everybody has beard. And I'm not just talking about the guys, if you get my drift, huh?
Ooh. But facial hair is a cultural thing. Your people think their beards are a gift from God.
Well, that's just God. I am Tsar, so I make law to outlaw beards.
But what if somebody wanted to keep their beard?
No problem. You want to keep beard? You pay beard tax. You no can pay beard tax? I rip your hair out of your face with my bare hands.
But wouldn't that hurt?
Wouldn't hurt Peter. It's good to be the Tsar. Peter is thinking, perhaps, that your sideburns could use little trim.
No, I don't think I'm quite ready for a trim yet.
Oh, you're ready now, mister!
Excuse me? Carry on.
Now, once I get my Russia looking good, I get her acting good. I accomplish much for my country.
What'd you do that made you so unpopular?
Pulling people's beards off their faces doesn't get you invited to a lot of parties, pal.
Let's look at all you've done. And to do that, let's use the balance of history.
First, I built powerful modern army to defend Mother Russia.
But to pay for it, you had to raise taxes. And to get enough soldiers for your army, you had to take people away from their families. And they had to serve on your army for 25 years.
But I built powerful navy.
You stole land from other countries for your seaports.
I replaced outdated Russian calendar with modern European calendar.
You invaded Turkey and gobbled up part of it.
I encourage men and women to socialize with each other for first time.
But you banished your wife.
So I am not perfect, but I have one greatest achievement that even you cannot deny. St. Petersburg, named after my patron saint, St. Peter.
My patron saint is St. Bernard.
And I'm the Lord of the Flies. Hello?
I just happen to have some home movies.
How's that possible? The camera wasn't even invented when you were alive.
It's good to be Tsar. Lights, roll them. Now, here we observe the architectural splendor of Hold the borscht! What is this?
Sorry, Your Peterness, sir. That's my vacation to St. Petersburg, Florida. Look, there I am in my new thong.
Perhaps you'd like to use our viewing screen.
St. Petersburg is my window to the modern world. Nice architecture, huh? I borrowed it all from Europe. People call it the Venice of the North because of its beautiful canals and bridges. And here's my Petrov Palace, my own little fixer-upper. Like the fountains? I designed them myself.
St. Petersburg really is amazing.
Because Peter himself is amazing. I take frozen swamp overrun with wolves and turn into most beautiful city in all the world.
Yes, but you built it on a frozen swamp. You stole from Sweden. And rather than paying people to build your city, you forced prisoners and peasants to do it. At first, they had no tools, so they had to dig the foundations with their bare hands. Thousands of people died from the cold and the hunger and the hard work. You yourself said St. Petersburg was a city built on bones.
Peter is tired of this game. I am making you a deal. You give me time machine, and Peter is not killing you.
Sounds fair to Fly. See, Fly can talk like Russian, too.
Hey, you can't just come in here and...
What the commander means is that sounds like a very kind offer.
Well, before I'm being called Peter the Great, I was known as Peter the Kind.
Now, if you'll just step through those doors, we'll sign the necessary papers.
I am liking you, man of ridiculous hair. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
That was close.
I'm glad I wasn't alive when Peter the Great was around.
I feel sorry for Mrs. the Great.
Maybe so, but it's always easy to second-guess people from the past because of what we know today. Still, it's probably not fair. Change is never easy, and he did bring Russia into the next century.
Kicking and screaming.
Kicking and screaming.
Did someone say kicking and screaming? Along with seizing the Kairos, these are a few of my favorite things. If you can't survive my interrogation, you won't survive at all!
We're ready for you this time, Warp.
Words are cheap, Commander. Let's see if you can back them up. Question 1. What was Peter the Great's last name?
Peter the Great was a member of the Romanovs, the family that ruled Russia for more than 300 years.
I always toss you an easy one to get your guard down. Now you're ready for question 2. Where did Tsar Peter the Great get all his ideas for improving his country?
He traveled to Europe, where he studied shipbuilding, geometry, military science, medicine, architecture, and even dentistry.
We gotta get this kid on Jeopardy!
I'll take stinking garbage for 200, Alex.
I see you've been paying attention, but now you will pay the ultimate price. Question 3. What was Peter the Great's greatest accomplishment?
Well, let's see. He created a navy, he updated the Russian calendar, he built St. Petersburg.
I'm not a patient man, Commander. Move it or lose it.
Think, AJ. Think. What do these things add up to?
Okay, Warp. Peter the Great's greatest accomplishment was that he brought Russia into the modern world.
Hey!
You may be dancing now, but time and warp wait for no man. We'll meet again. You can bet on it.
Put her there. You're the best doggone commander this dog ever had.
And here is everything we learned from our trip back in time.
Hang on to it, AJ. Knowledge is power.
Thanks, AJ. You saved us again.
It's good to be the commander. Bit, take us home. Commander's Journal. Subject, Peter the Great. In his short lifetime, Peter accomplished many great things, but at a terrible cost. He could do whatever he wanted because he was a czar, and his people couldn't vote him out of office. I've learned that it's not enough to have good ideas. You have to have compassion and concern for your fellow citizens.
I know you're having a tough time in school, dear, so I baked you some cookies.
Oh, thanks, Mom. That's great.
Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
No, Mom, I've got the whole thing wired. It doesn't have to be a choice between the concert and computers. We can do both.
How are you going to do that?
We'll have a benefit concert to raise money for computers.
Great idea. Then everybody's happy.
I know when I'll be happy. When they take their eyes off them cookies.